The sun is out, I'm in a field with the GTS, and I've got the opportunity to meet 3 fellow 981 Boxster owners with 3 very different cars. We're going to do a little compare and contrast. Let's go and have a look. So it's a rather large cars and coffee morning. It's actually the Bicester Motion Scramble April meet, but that's kind of not the story here. The story is, well, here's Zuf, and I've been joined by, or met up with, a friend of the channel Justin and his friends Dan and Dermot, and we've got some more GTS and Boxster and Spyders to enjoy. So I pull back, there they are. We, by complete luck, park almost next to each other in the car park, but we've got Justin's lovely base Boxster with the excellent, I think it's Bordeaux red hood, really nice clean car, white rollover hoops and the silver wheels. And then next to it is my car's sibling, although with an even better spec, Dermot's GTS, and he's got every single bell and whistle on this. GTS pack on the exterior, on the interior, it's got the fearsomely expensive PCC brakes, everything inside, and the PDK, which is amazing, and the Bordeaux, 2 Bordeaux roofs. We think this probably was an ex Porsche GB car with the Reading registration. Then Dan's excellent, looking very clean 981 Spyder. So we're going to have a little look around these cars and see what differences there are and what, as drivers, we share by way of experience in owning them, and general 981 fandom. So let's make a start. So Justin's got a base 2.7 Boxster, and Justin, you've done a whole load of stuff to your car. Every time I do a video, yeah, you get in touch and say all these other things that I could be considering doing. So
yes.
Just talk me through what you've got here in the round. So
outside, luckily bought the car from a very good friend,
yep,
who you'll meet. So the car was already really a lovely bit of kit, with a lot of spec. I knew the car. I've probably driven it before I owned it for about 7 years, 6 years.
Okay, so you say you really knew it well.
Yeah. So outside it had the platinum wheels, the grey wheels.
Oh yes, okay.
So those are standard.
Yep.
They were okay, but getting a bit tired.
Fine.
And I'd seen the white car red roof with silver wheels, and
yes,
thought it really popped.
Yep.
And it was super clean. So I got the wheels redone.
And then size, they're quite good. Are they 19?
Standard? Yeah,
19s. Yeah, they're a good size. They fill the arch well. So you've had this. They're in they're in lovely condition.
Yeah. So did that. Then repainted the brakes with that anodized colour, and they tend to bleach out. And
they
white.
get a bit. Yeah.
So I did them myself. Just flat.
Good job.
Yeah, and the Porsche badge and that on it.
I gather it's a bit of a pain to get those badges and put them on. Was that the case?
No, there's like a guide.
Oh, okay. So you can do them yourself quite easily.
And then a lot of aesthetic-y, the front inner arches were a bit damaged, so replaced some of those.
Yep.
And then at the back, just updated GTS rear diffuser.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm so familiar with that.
Yeah.
I didn't even spot it, but that is. So they are better, aren't they?
So
that's got the
park sensors.
That's really clean, isn't it?
So it did come with the standard sort of open hole.
Yes, it has a sort of split in the middle, isn't it?
But they'd been painted body colour.
Right,
it was on the options list, so these were white.
Yeah.
And once you've seen that, it's always like, I want. And I didn't like the white. So it took a while to get, because it was direct from Porsche. They used to do them black.
Yes.
Then they stopped doing them black, and you had to buy it in primer
really?
and have it painted.
Okay.
But it was worth the
it's really
worth
smart.
the hassle.
Very smart.
So inside mods.
And actually, I should say, because you've got I said it in my intro. You've got the painted. So I'm guessing the original owner had the painted rollover hoops.
Yeah.
And then you've got the I think it's Bordeaux, the red hood. And then you've got.
So inside, there's lots of silver, isn't there, on all the models?
Is, yeah. We love a bit of chrome.
So you got
chrome.
Obviously the doors and and I was trying to calm that down a bit.
Okay.
A bit too much silver for me. So I'd love the Porsche carbon, but it's a real pain to do because it's new door trims.
Yeah, I mean you can replace those bits, I
Yes.
think. But this is
part of the door.
Welded on.
Yeah,
It's a plastic weld, and you have to, technically, it's an entirely new door
Yep,
card.
it is new door card. So
how did you? Is
so
that
this
sort of stick-on bit?
Yeah,
What
so
did you
this
do?
was a kit.
Yeah, okay.
Which I took a bit of a punt on.
Yep.
But I'm like you, I'm quite handy.
Yeah.
It was like 200-300 quid.
So,
And I thought I've got nothing to lose.
Fine.
And I mean, you can't tell. So like, it all does what it does, and
really
it's all
good.
black around the edges,
it's done a
and
really good job.
it's
Super clean.
yeah,
And the ends are just lovely and
Yeah,
sort of
it's
spot on, isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah, really good.
And it sounds really crude. It was like double-sided tape, but
It does the job.
if you look in and you didn't know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know.
And actually, it does calm it down a bit, doesn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
As you say, I mean, stock, there is quite a lot of shiny metal. I'm probably showing my age by calling it chrome, but silver is the right,
And
colour.
then the door trims,
Oh yes.
so they're genuine.
Yeah. Now these are actually, I know from taking the sills off. I think you've done that. Haven't
Yes,
you?
yeah, I did your.
These are really easy to get off.
Yeah.
They just pop out, don't
Yeah,
they? Once
yeah.
you've got the, in fact, you can almost do it without anything else. You can sort of almost pull that back and put them out. Oh, so, but that's an OEM part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that
Very
was an
nice.
option, and I was very fortunate they just came up on the bay.
Oh, really?
£100.
Oh, that's demon price.
And they're like a couple of hundred
Oh,
each.
yeah.
So they were
Very smart.
instantly purchased.
Good.
I've updated some of the bits you've done. So we were talking earlier about the steering,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
some of
you've
the
done steering on
dash
that.
water temp
Yeah, the
things.
coding on,
Yeah,
on the instrumentation.
which was really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, you've got you've got the sport back
Yep.
seats, which I think are
lovely.
a lovely seat. And obviously your car's PDK,
Yep.
so that's straightforward. Then you've got, I'm just looking, you've got Bose and you've got dual zone climate control. So it's a nicely spec car, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, like
You're not really wanting for much, are
the,
you?
no, the bulk of it came, with everything on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I've just done some bits on the stereo, so
Oh yes, we were talking. Yeah, you
yeah,
mentioned
just
that.
a little bit more. So the tweeters in behind the vents
Yeah, so
on the
these
sides.
bits in here,
Yeah,
pointing off camera, those bits in there.
so they're an updated. You can go either Burmeister or the ones I did were actually out of a Ferrari.
Really?
So they're Harman Kardon.
Oh yes, yeah, okay.
Yeah, from BM as
Nice.
well.
Oh,
So
yes.
they're in there. So
Fine.
change those out. And then the centre one is the Burmeister one. And
Right.
again, if you do your homework, that's the classic mod that they all.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and you don't have to go any more than that. And
Totally passed me by. I
Yeah.
haven't got into that yet. I've got plans, but I haven't done. And have you done the drivers in the door?
no, so
you
Terry
left the door
stock. Yeah, so
unchanged.
mid and woofer.
Yeah, that's right.
Terry
Yeah,
stock.
mid and bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hanker after a. It's classic, isn't it? If only because there's a blank there.
Oh yes.
It's like I must put speaker behind that.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
that,
a hole there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the job, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously with all the wiring. So I think the trick is, unless you're totally into your audio, is to leave the loom, use the existing loom, and just put the
Put a
new
speaker
drivers
set in
on.
it.
Yeah.
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 I think they do a kit. If you because are you bass stereo or the plus one?
It's the Ask system.
Oh, that's one up
It's
then,
one
isn't
up,
it?
Yeah.
So you've
Sound
got an
system
amp.
plus.
Yeah.
Yes, there's an amp underneath my seat.
Yes. Oh, so you can.
That's it.
So there's a couple of options: focal and a Hertz one, I think, where
Right.
speaker set
Okay.
300, 400 maybe.
Oh, fine. Okay.
That's a worthwhile mod.
Having a look at that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Brilliant. Right, now we're going to look at Dermas car next, but there's a bit of compare and contrast, isn't there? Because actually, what you and Dermot both enjoy is the same, and I do with my car, is the same excellent packaging, size, engine in the right place, balance. That doesn't change from car to car, does it?
No.
So, right, let's have a little look at the GTS now. We'll get Dermot's view of that. So from Justin's car, we're going to swing around, and you can see we've got two Carmine Red 981 GTSs in a row. And Dermot, this is your pride and joy. You've had previous Porsches. I think you had a Cayman GTS before, actually, didn't you?
I had the car next to it.
Oh, yes, you did. No, that's right. Yes,
which
you're
is
on
Justin's car.
There we go. So you're
So we talked me into selling it to him,
yes.
having driven it a lot, and
And you made him find you something better.
we found this lovely car at Harbour Cars. Yeah,
Yes, that's for
which you know well.
I do, having
Yeah.
got the same. So now I briefly described it earlier in the video, but let's have a little look. You've got a lot of stuff on here, haven't you?
Yeah, I like to have a lot of stuff on my cars, as you can tell. So,
What is the standout? So, how long have you owned this for now?
a year. I'm just reinsured it. So,
Okay, so you've had it
it's
12 months.
12 months, yeah.
And so compared to the car we looked at a moment ago,
Yeah.
now Justin's car.
Yeah.
What's the standout for you? What's the biggest difference?
Power. I've noticeable. I think the base Boxster is a lovely car.
Yeah.
Very safe car.
Yes.
You've got more grip than grunt.
Yes,
I would say.
I think the expression is power limited.
Yes, I
rather
would
than
say.
traction limited, so
And
which is more grip than
this
grunt.
just moves it on where you have to be aware that you've got a bit more, probably
more.
60 odd more. You
Yeah.
probably know more than me.
Well,
but,
yes, it's 60 or 70. Yeah,
more.
60 or so. That's right.
Yeah, but and also
Boxster.
what this is, of course, which is a pretty rare option, is the carbon ceramics.
Yeah, I mean these are not a cheap option.
They're not, and hopefully they will be a long-lived option.
Yes.
But they really can pull the car up, so you get great confidence in braking.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a slightly bigger row, so you've got a six piston caliper on the front there, compared to the 4-pot on mine, which is the standard.
Yeah.
So they and pedal feel with those.
Yeah, really firm,
it's dialed in, is it?
instantly
Yeah.
firm. Yeah.
Lovely.
And no travel really.
Okay, so you roll your foot onto the
Yeah,
brake
yeah,
and you get a nice
instantly.
bit of purchase.
So that inspires, spirited driving,
Yep.
and you can stop with control
Absolutely.
and in short order.
Now let's have a look at the interior, because you, as I say, we were wondering whether this was a press car. Or
Yes,
because you've-
yes.
I mean, I can instantly see the differences over my car, and you've got the GTS interior pack. So
Yep.
for those of you viewers who are not familiar with that, that brings various things. It brings the excuse the voice in the background. The red deviated stitching. It brings the carbon fibre trim here. The red-faced tacho there. You've got a little bit of trim on the steering wheel.
Yeah, that can be optionally full colour, can't it? I think.
Yes,
Is that-
that's probably right. Yes,
Yeah.
and then also, whilst it's part of the exterior, that's actually the piano black is the exterior GTS pack. But have I missed anything for the interior pack? No, I think those are the main bits. aren't
No.
they?
And of course the seats are the
Yes.
multi-way
So again, I think that must have been
memory seats.
somebody's spending money on
Yes.
those. And then you've got the
bows.
Yeah, the bows, and obviously with the memory seats you get the memory pack. And in my
Yeah.
earlier video, talking to Patrick and his black edition and the memory function. Actually,
And of course you can have his and her keys or whatever you want
it's
as well,
an
programmed.
amazing number
Yeah.
of things that you can actually suddenly then,
Yeah.
with the clever software.
And what Justin, as you've been speaking to earlier, we fitted the smoking pack.
oh,
'Cause
did you fit
I
that?
did my
really?
garage door lifter.
Oh,
in there.
genius! That's brilliant. I mean, the smoking pack is a common thing. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
yeah.
like the cargo net. It's free.
But you can find that on eBay pretty
Oh,
easily.
really? And does it just sort of slot in, slot out?
Yeah, you take it, as you probably can imagine, take the sides off, the side trim off
yes,
carefully.
okay. Yeah.
And you can then get in and
Yeah,
take it out.
most
Yeah.
jobs
And I
require-
think it finishes that look nicely.
Well, I've got the exact same in mine, and
Yeah.
I've had another couple of folk saying to me, 9A1 owners, saying, the little coin, because otherwise you're just left with a little coin.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
just a hole. I mean,
Yes.
it's basically that. It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's not more or less, is it?
So we don't, obviously it's not powered in there,
No,
we didn't
fine.
bother with that.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm looking for is the carbon sills, but they're a really expensive option.
Yes.
£1,000 from Porsche.
You wanna
So I'm
get,
looking, I'm looking just, I've got a search on eBay,
like I say,
shall we say.
get Justin to find some cheap ones.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
eBay.
yeah, yeah.
That's the way to do
And
it.
that's about the only bit I would probably be left to do.
Yeah, superb. And I mean, it's kind of a leading question, but are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially on a day like this.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous. So last but certainly not least is Dan's Spyder. Now, Dan, this is a fantastic car. Now, this is your second Porsche. You're just telling me.
Yes,
The first was a
Cayman GTS 981.
So very familiar territory for the rest of us. And what prompted the step up to the Spyder from the Cayman?
Funnily enough, an unfortunate accident
Oh.
following a rather gentle but fatal slide at 50 mile an hour.
Oh gosh.
Aquaplaned, torrential rain, hit standing water, lost the back, ran out of talent, couldn't hold it,
Right.
and glided quite gracefully into a tree, which
goodness me.
wrote it off. So,
So that
it was
was
a case of, do I buy another one and
Yeah.
eventually chop up to this, which was always the plan,
Okay.
or
Okay.
do I borrow a bit of money and do it? So I've done that.
So you sort of jumped up in one go.
It was a 2 to 3 year plan.
Yes, okay.
And it sort of forced my hand, and I thought, well, every time you chop a car in, it's another $5,000 to the dealer. So why not just
do it in one go? Yeah,
exactly that.
So now 98. I haven't researched this because we're slightly off the cuff, but 981. So it's essentially the same as Dermot's car, my car, Justin's car.
Yeah.
But crucially, we've got the 3.8 litre.
Normally aspirated.
Which I think was contemporaneous with the 991.
Yeah. So that came from the Carrera S.
Yes. Okay.
And it was the same engine as they put into the GT4, but the GT4 had the GT3 suspension, whereas this did not, because it was set up for a road.
Yes. Okay. So we've got. So that's exactly right. So it's sort of a GT car, but not in name. But it's the sister to the GT4.
It didn't have any real GT. It was
because it's not a GT engine, is it?
No. Unlike the newer 718,
which does
that is fully fledged.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
But let's be honest, it has everything else you need, which is
it has the noise.
Has the noise. Has the roof. Now, let's just talk about ownership. So you've had it for how long?
10 months.
10 months.
10 months.
How is it?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, you'll be prizing the keys out of my cold dead hand.
Is that
yes.
good? Is it?
It is wonderful. And it doesn't have the petrol particulate filters of the 718.
No, exactly.
And the noise is.
There's a sweet spot, isn't there?
Awesome.
I can't remember when the law changed, but yours is, I can see the plate. Yours is 16, and so all of our cars are sort of there or thereabouts. I think Justin's a little bit older, but none of us have got the particulate filters, so they all have that.
Our friends in the EU put them on, or forced them for the generation after this.
Yes, yeah, so we all have that fantastic
And it's a mooted
tone.
sound. So they do, obviously, they can do replacement pipes, but they're not legal in the country.
No,
in this country. In America, they come straight off on almost all the cars. Yeah.
And then you're into MOT concerns and all sorts of worries if you start modifying.
Yeah, and you'll get a cell immediately. So they do mods to get rid of the cell and code it out.
Yeah,
but I don't want to do that kind of.
And just when we spoke a moment ago, I'm going to get you to just show me briefly how the roof works, because everyone was sort of, you think, oh, the Spyder, the roof's a nightmare. And I was actually saying this coincidentally to a friend earlier.
Yeah.
Spyder, it's really hard work, but it's not, is it?
No,
So
I don't really understand what the fuss about. It's not on a button, so you know.
But just give us the principles, which is what you showed me earlier. So there's a button on the centre console
that releases the boot to put it back up, and does the final electric hook into
the hook. Yeah.
But that's all it does. So you pop. Just turn that off.
So there's that familiar release sort of sound.
That's it. That's all that button does for now.
And then that whole deck with the lovely twin sort of hoops.
Come up.
Yeah, and then so worth saying that there's no compromise for boot space, because you've got literally the same boot.
That's correct.
Funnily enough.
However, you can only access that boot when the roof is down.
Oh, can you? So
because
it locks
you'll
out.
see, because the roof.
Of course, because you've got the buttresses.
The paddles, the buttresses.
So then at this point, all you then do is manually pull it out.
Just lift it from the centre.
Kindly going to demonstrate. Yeah, so that actually is much quicker than certainly the 987 Spyder, and then the 718, I think, has the more fiddly.
And then there's a knack to finding it, but there's a button here where you just.
Oh, you push and release.
You push it.
Oh, I see. Yes, behind the fabric.
And then you clip.
Yeah.
Make sure it's in, because it doesn't always click first time.
It
will pop out.
And that gets tensioned by the hook at the front.
Hook, and then it'll pop out. And if you don't spot it, this will flap.
Oh.
And
so you really need to learn that lesson before you.
Yes. Yeah, I took advice.
And then you've got a little sort of rear view, much the same size as standard, really. That's really simple, isn't it?
Justin and I replaced the plates because they were very scratched when I got the car.
Okay.
So that's a quick.
Justin's a handy friend to know, isn't he?
He is a total legend, yes.
Yeah.
And then you just press and hold the.
Just come in here, then hooks up, does the hook, doesn't it? So that actually, you can't do it on the. I'm back at my hands chopped off. You can't do it on the move, but it really isn't very difficult. Fantastic.
It's a minute.
You didn't buy the Spyder for the roof, but.
I just love the flying buttress. I like the aesthetics of it and the humps.
So great look. And tell me about performance though. So I mean, I'm guessing it's pretty brisk.
It is. I mean, these guys can really drive. I don't pretend to be a particularly, fast driver,
Right.
but these guys can really motor. But yeah, it has the extra poke,
Yes.
and it's noticeable. But it's the noise mainly.
Yeah.
Stunning.
And it's manual.
Manual. Yep. So it's the X73 is standard. There's no
Yes, that's
PDK
right. So
options.
there's no, so you've got a
manual
fixed
only.
rate, lowered, the low X73 lower suspension.
Yeah, 20 mil below normal.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were commending to me the short shift, so this
That's a worthwhile mod.
effectively the stubbier gear
Yep.
lever.
And that's all it is a
Yeah,
stubby gear.
yeah.
But yeah, it's great.
Fabulous,
Yeah.
absolutely fabulous, and it's in really lovely condition. What roughly the mileage on the car?
Do you know? I don't know. We 29 now. Just under
okay,
29.
Okay, nicely running, as they say.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
But she's a daily drive.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fair play.
I don't do garage queens.
No,
so
no, good on you.
she's out every day.
And just so, in contrast, ironically, to Dermot's GTS with the PCCBs, his little tiger moth going past us in the background. This has got the standard steel rotors, but the 6-pot calipers.
Yeah.
And do you know? I don't know. I'm guessing.
I had PCCBs on the Cayman, and
did you?
And these. I mean, again, I'm not on it, so I don't claim to be a professional driver. So the PCCBs bite differently.
Yes,
they
that's
feel
what I
differently, but they stop as equally as
Yeah, I mean
effectively.
that's still a big setup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just see from the corners of your tyres that there's definitely some involvement going on there on the 4Ss. That's brilliant, brilliant. Then now, cheeky question: is there anything about Justin's car or Dermot's car that you actually hanker after?
Well, I do like the PCCBs on the old car,
okay.
and they are great.
Yeah.
And Justin's level of meticulousness in terms of the cleanliness, I just can't keep up.
Right.
But it's great. It's a nice thing to do.
And actually,
clean cars.
just as you were saying a moment ago, when you're out for a drive, the three of you, the pace. I got the sense that you were all heading down the road at an equal pace, and that's actually less to do with engines and brakes and performance, and more to do with actually just a willingness to commit as a driver.
Yeah. I mean, Justin used to work for Ariel Atom, and
really?
he took me out in several Atoms.
So he
and
knows how to pedal a
he's
car.
He's a good driver.
Yeah.
And the talent will beat the engine every
Which
time.
kind of proves it doesn't matter whether you've got a base or a Spyder. As you say, the talent will deliver the goods.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Dan, thank you so much.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Really good fun.
Thank you.
Dermot, come in. I'm just gonna literally just do it's on the piss, isn't it? Well, there we go, viewers. 3 fellow 981 owners, Justin, Dan, Dermot, thank you so much for showing me and the channel your wonderful cars. And just by complete coincidence, although I suspect there's a bit of design, we've managed to contrast base sort of mid-ish and top end. And it's been lovely to just get a flavour from you all about what's so great about them. I think the standout for me is that, as we were just finishing up now and talking about, actually, at the end of the day, the quickest car is the car that probably has the most committed driver in it. Actually, it doesn't matter whether you've got a 3.8 or a 2.7, they all go down the road fabulously well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you at another Bicester Scramble in due course.
Thank you for your podcast.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Great.
So the boys are heading back westward ho. PSC on Justin sounding superb. Take care, Justin. Cheers, Dan. Nice one. So there we go, folks. 3 fabulous 981s. Compare and contrast with my own GTS from Justin's base spec 2.7 with a really nice set of options on it, to a fully loaded GTS, which Dermot's got pretty much every option on that you can possibly imagine, and then finally Dan's fantastic Spyder with a 3.8 litre flat 6 and the excellent double bubble roof and the fairly easy to put up actually roof to the hood and the roof, all looking really super smart. So my thanks to the chaps, Justin, Dan and Dermot, for the opportunity to look at their cars. Mine's looking nice and sunny, nice and shiny in the sun, and it's been great fun to come here to Bicester. I should say, if you've not been to one of these events before, and you're based in the south of England, the Bicester Motion Scramble is well worth it. It's kind of cars and coffee on steroids. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and look forward to seeing you for the next one.